Hey, Rodrigo, welcome back.
Oh, okay.
So
I
yeah,
am alone today.
I don't know, I don't know. I think there was another person from Brazil, Marcelo. He lives in Brasilia. He might come also to this class,
Oh,
but we'll see. But I don't know. I haven't seen the movie Lula Filho de Brasil. I want to watch it. Uh,
okay.
have you seen
I
it?
f Yeah, 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 yeah. I see the last year. It's a interesting movie, but it's for us Brazilians. I know the history of the Lula,
Uh-huh.
and Lula. Uh, There is a lot of times that Lula tried to become a president of the Brazil. I believe I am 30 years old, and I believe that 20 years Lula has tried to become a president. I believe this, and Lula is a personality in Brazil.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's. I'm just looking at of
Sorry.
his one of his examples. No, no, I was just saw one of his articles, and they are saying that he was one of the most popular presidents in the world
Yeah, yeah,
when he was president. Yeah, so not just in Brazil, he was extremely popular. Bolsa Familia and
yeah,
Forne Fornecero.
yeah.
Um, those are the
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bolsa Família is the name of the program of the government. But there is a questions interesting in this situation.
Hmm.
Really, Lula don't create the program. This
Hmm.
program, the name Bolsa Família, was created by another government, and
Hmm.
the government that before the Lula increase and improve this program. The program before the program before uh, is for specific situations, specific families on the country, and
Hmm.
Lula see this and see these situations and improve and increase the program for a lot of level.
Hmm.
For example, I don't know how many peoples in the country receive this kind of help, but I believe there's a million of people that receive this help from the government,
Hmm.
and but Lula don't create this problem. He's just to improve and increase.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny that people get popular sometimes because of things that they don't do. They they still get the credit. But politics is
yeah,
politics, guys. Unfortunately,
yeah, yeah,
it's it's not a fun business. I think it's a dirty business sometimes. Lots of lots of problems. Uh,
yeah.
Marcelo, welcome, professor. Tudo beleza, professor?
Como está, professor?
Muito bom, muito bom. Você?
Como foi de viagem, professor?
Fantastic. Legal, legal.
Ué, a gente tá podendo falar em português agora?
Little bit,
Poliglota, poliglota.
little bit, Rodrigo,
Yeah,
a little bit. Rodrigo, a little bit.
yes.
Yeah, but yeah, we always joke, Marcelo and I, we joke that he is my professor. Well, that's not a joke. He is my professor. But we learn Portuguese and we make jokes. I only know one thing. I know the phrase "tudo beleza," and he said "tudo beleza, tudo
É
beleza."
isso aí. That's it.
Yeah. So it's funny. It's funny. But yeah, Marcelo, how's life, man? How's life?
Fine, and you?
Good, good. I'm just my internet has been really difficult the last few days, but I think now it's finally stable, so we should have no problems with this class. Yeah. Have you guys? How's the? I didn't talk to many Brazilian students recently. I was talking to Rodrigo for the last hour more or less. But how's the weather down there? It's getting much better now, right? maybe the spring, the summer weather now. It's much nicer, I think. Can you guys hear me?
Faham?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Now I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was asking about the weather. Is it better now in Brazil? I think it's getting much nicer.
In my city, it's rain.
Oh, it's actually raining in your city.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about Marcelo? What's the situation in Brasilia?
Yeah. Sorry, I had problems with my connection right now.
Sure, no problems.
It's too hot here, no?
Really?
Yeah, too hot.
Wow. Yeah, here it's in California. It's always beautiful. It's sorry to sound bad, guys, but or sound rude. But here we had it's cold in the morning, but then in the afternoon it gets beleza. I mean, it's beautiful in the afternoon. I mean, and we went to San Francisco yesterday. My friend and I. We saw the ocean. We saw the Pacific Ocean. Maravilloso. I mean, absolutely beautiful, beautiful water, the blue water, and the ocean and the rocks, and just the experience was fantastic.
Are you still in California?
Yeah, I'm in California. Yeah. I'm not leaving yet.
How far is it to the beach? Where you are to the beach?
1 hour, approximately 1 hour. Yeah.
It's too early. It's too. It's not so far.
It's not so far. No, it's pretty close. Yeah, we went yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, marvelous weather. So today, guys, actually, we're going to do something similar. We are going to be traveling not to San Francisco, but to Norway, actually. So when we look at Norway, there are these structures in Norway called fjords, right? It's pronounced fjord in the Norwegian language. In English, somebody who doesn't know how to pronounce would probably say fjord or fjord, but the word is fjord. And Norway is known for its beautiful landscape. It's very high in Europe, and it's cold in the winter. But have you guys heard of Norway? Have you guys been to Norway? Either of you guys?
No. Really
not yet to Norway. Yeah, Norway's too far away. Not me either. I have not been there either. It's too far away for us. What about Marcelo? Have you heard about Norway? Have you been there?
No, I've not. I've never heard about it.
Yeah, Norway. I mean, they are one of the only countries in the European Union that do not use the euro. Actually, they have their own money. So they don't use the euro. They have a king and a queen, and it's a different kind of country. But these fjords are actually a very beautiful tourist attraction for Norway, and so we're going to be looking at that. But also, I think in the wider understanding of things, right? For our grammar, we are going to be reviewing these demonstratives and distributives, right? So demonstratives and distributives are these words that we use in English. They actually are demonstratives. We have 4 of them. We have this, that, these, and those, right? So these are the 4 demonstratives in English. And Rodrigo, do you remember how we use these demonstratives in English, for example? When do we use, which of these 4 do we use for things that are close to us?
With this, that, this, and those, any
well, there's actually 2 that we use when something is close to us. Out of these 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
This and these.
Yeah, fantastic, right? So if something is close to us, then we use this or we use these, right? And Marcelo, when do we use this versus these?
These versus these.
Yeah, see how we have this and we have these, right? What is the difference between those 2
okay,
forms?
singular and plural.
Yeah, absolutely, right. So I could say For example, these books, right? There are two of them, right? These books, or I could say this water bottle, right? This water bottle, or this bottle of water. We say water bottle, or bottle of water, and these books, right? So they're physically near me, right? So I can say these, right? And Marcelo, which two of these four demonstratives do we use when we're talking about things that are far away?
That.
Yeah, we use that, and we use one other one, right?
Yeah, tools, that, tools.
That and those, right? Fantastic. So
Those.
we use that and those. So, Marcelo, when do we use that, and when do we use those? What's the difference?
Singular, plural, too.
Yeah, fantastic, right? Singular and plural. So we have the same idea here. We have the singular versus the plural, right? When it's far away and when it's close to us, right? So I wanted to start by asking you guys, could you guys describe a few objects that are near you, or a few objects in your room, okay, your room that you're sitting in right now? Describe a few objects that are near you right now using demonstratives, using these demonstratives. Let's start with you, Rodrigo, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This iPad that I bought in the last year was charging on the outlet.
Mm-hmm. This iPod that I bought last year is charging on the outlet, or was charging on the outlet, right? Fantastic. So it's something that you have near you, right? This iPad.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, and it's something that it's singular and it's near you, so you can use this, right? Fantastic. Marcelo, what about something else that's in your room that you can describe? Anything you want.
My girlfriend's smartphone was stolen by last week, and this one is similar to mine, and that one is similar to mine.
Fantastic. So my girlfriend's smartphone was stolen last week, and that one was similar to mine, right? Yeah. Fantastic. So since somebody stole it, you don't know where it is, right? She didn't find it, right, Marcelo?
No.
Somebody took it, right?
Yeah.
Some guy. Does the police know?
Sorry?
Does the police know? Did you tell the police?
No, because she didn't know. She didn't see. She didn't see who stolen her smartphone.
Yeah, but she was able to. Was she able to buy another one?
Yeah, she bought another one.
Yeah, probably some vagabundo, right?
Yeah, vagabundo.
Yeah. Probably a vagabundo. Vagabundo stole that. Yeah. See, guys, I speak a little bit of Portuguese, okay?
Yeah, there is a lot of vagabundo here.
Muito vagabundo. Muito, right? Exactly, right? So, yeah, next time I go to Brazil and somebody tries to take my phone, I'm going to say, você vagabundo. Get out of here. I don't know. It might not work. It might not work, guys. It might be very bad. So he might punch me. I don't know. So okay. So, all right, guys. So yeah, good use of the distributive, guys. Good use of the demonstrative, right? So that phone was similar to mine, right? Fantastic. So in the other sense, guys, right? So demonstratives we use. These are the four types. These are the four words that we use for demonstratives, right? But we also have demonstratives. These same four words, okay? Always just these same four words. They can be used as adjectives. They can also be used as pronouns, right? So, for example, if we say it's a pronoun, right? Pronouns do not need nouns, right? This is very important to keep in mind. So I'm going to write this down. Pronouns don't need nouns, right? So let's say, for example, these are mine, right? These are mine. I'm not saying these books are mine. I'm saying just these are mine, right? It's because there is no noun. When I say these are mine, these is an example of a demonstrative pronoun, right? Very important to know, because I'm not mentioning any nouns. I'm just saying this is mine. This is mine, right? These are mine, right? However, if I said these books are mine, right? These books are mine, then I'm using a noun, right? I'm saying these books. Books are the noun. So in that example, or books is the noun. In that example, these is an example of a demonstrative adjective, right? So demonstrative adjectives need the noun, but the pronouns never need a noun. They can stand by themselves, right? So let me give you guys an example. If I say, we heard from Marcelo, or let's say, I'll use a different example. Let's say that those guitars belong to my father, right? Those guitars far away, maybe, you know, whatever, belong to my father, right? In that example, Rodrigo, is those an example of a demonstrative adjective, or is it a demonstrative pronoun?
I think adjective.
Yeah, and why do you say they're adjectives?
Those guitars belongs to my father. Where is the adjective? Belong?
Well, no, we are just looking at those, right? Because when we this entire lesson, we are only going to be focusing on this, that, these, or those. Just those four words, right? We don't care about anything else. So those is still those is still the demonstrative, right? But we want to know, is those an adjective or is those a pronoun in this sentence?
Sorry, I really didn't understand. The connection was very bad.
Sure, no problems, Rodrigo. If we say, so we are just focusing on the word those, just those, okay?
Okay.
When we have the word those, in this example, we are saying those guitars belong to my father, right? Those guitars belong to my father. So in that sentence, is those an adjective or is those a pronoun?
The adjective.
And that's because?
It's because in the situations, those is how can I say? No. No. Go ahead, explain.
Sure. So guitars is the noun, right?
Yeah.
So since we have a noun, right? Remember, pronouns never need nouns. Nunca.
Okay.
Never need nouns. So in this example, since we have the noun guitar, those cannot be a pronoun. It must be an adjective.
Okay.
Right? It can only be two things. It can only be two things: an adjective or a noun, or an adjective or a pronoun. And here, those is there as a result. Since guitars is a noun, those has to be an adjective, right?
Okay.
So what about if I say, so Marcelo, if I give you the sentence, for example, those are his. Just as simple as those are his, right? Those are his. Is the those an example of a pronoun or an adjective in this example?
Pronoun.
Yeah, and why do you say pronoun?
Those.
Yeah, but why is it a pronoun? Why is it not an adjective? Right, Marcelo? I mean, you know, with this question, you answered it correctly, Marcelo. You know, it is a pronoun, but it's a pronoun because there is no noun, right? We don't say
because it's before the verb.
Because well, it could be before the verb, but because there is no noun in this sentence, right? There's no nouns, right? Pronouns don't need nouns ever. You know, never. They never need nouns. So those are his. Are is a verb. His is a possessive pronoun, and those is a demonstrative pronoun. Really, that's the only thing, right? If I said those chairs are mine, or those chairs are his, then Marcelo, what would those be in that example? Right? If I said, Marcelo, I said though, I'm sorry, not Marcelo. Actually, yeah, sure, why not Marcelo? If I said those chairs are his, what is those? Is it a pronoun or is it an adjective?
Those chairs. Adjective.
Yeah, because you have chairs. Chairs is a noun,
Yeah.
right? Whenever you have a noun, the demonstrative has to be an adjective.
Yeah.
Because pronouns never need nouns.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to hold my horses because it's
Nope.
not so easy.
It's not, guys. It's not easy, right? Adjectives love nouns, okay? Adjectives love nouns. Pronouns hate nouns, okay? They don't like to be anywhere near nouns. Pronouns will replace the noun. If there's a pronoun in a sentence, there is no noun, right? So that's one way to think about it, guys. Any questions about the demonstratives, guys, so far?
No.
Makes sense? Okay.
No question.
It's tough, guys. It's tough. So ask questions, guys. No, really, because this stuff is English is not an easy language. It never was. You know, there are so many exceptions and so many ways to say the same thing. You know, sometimes it's very difficult. But then, so these are. Go ahead, Marcelo. Did you want to say something? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Only seems easy.
Yeah, it only seems easy, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's English is like a vagabundo, you know. I mean, I just love that word. I just love that word, guys. In English, we say vagabond. We say vagabond. Have you guys heard? In English, we say a vagabond is somebody who doesn't have a house. He's a bum. He's a bum. You know?
Yeah.
They say he's a bum. Yeah, vagabundo. I love it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marcelo. Yeah.
Mendigo, mendigo.
Yeah. Well, Rodrigo, yeah. Go ahead. Whoever.
No. In English is vagabond.
Vagabond. Yeah.
Is the person that don't have any job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like here, but here there is another means.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a bad meaning?
Yeah,
it's a bad meaning, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Is it a bad meaning? Maybe it's a bad word.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say a bad word. I thought it meant the same as vagabond in English, but maybe it has a different meaning. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna not say that word then because maybe it's a bad word. So okay, no problem, guys. So
vagabundo here in Brazil, it's like I don't know if Rodrigo will agree with me, but it's like people that don't like to work. You know what I mean?
Like a lazy person.
Yeah, a lazy person.
A lazy
person.
We can say in English we say like a lazy bum. Guy doesn't work. You know, he's just a lazy bum. Just sits in his house all day. You know, he steals from people. He steals from the system. You know, he gets money from the government or something because he's too lazy. He's a bum. You know. Yeah. It's true. Sometimes we have those cases here as well, guys. But in English, when we say vagabond, it means somebody. It can mean a good thing, actually. It can also mean a good thing that he doesn't care. He's always traveling. He loves adventure. He's a vagabond. He loves adventure.
And the beggar.
Oh, a beggar. In English, we say beggar, and we can also say a mendicant. Mendicant.
Mendicant.
Yeah, for somebody who wants money, somebody like a beggar. I think in Portuguese you guys say something similar to mendicant. I think you guys say mendicante or mendicante, right?
Mendigo.
This right here, right? Somebody who wants money. Yeah, is a mendicant, is a poor person. Mendicante in that's how you guys pronounce it? Mendicante?
Here in Brazil?
Yeah, mendicante.
Mendigo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one more word, you know.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Cool. But they also say pobre, no? They say pobre also, right? Pobre is in Spanish. They say pobre.
Here is there is a people that don't have a house and lives on the streets.
Uh-huh. Interesting, because in Spanish, maybe in Portuñol they say pobre, but I think in Spanish, pobre just means poor, like somebody without money. No
Poor,
money
yeah,
means
poor.
pobre.
Yeah,
Él es un pobre, you know, he's a poor person. Él es un pobre.
yeah,
Yeah,
poor
yeah.
person.
Ah, okay, cool. So same. Portuñol is really nice. It's a mix between Espanol and Portuguese. I really like it. Awesome, guys. So,
Here
okay.
in Brazil,
Yeah.
yep, here in Brazil we don't study Spanish.
Uh-huh.
We say Portuñol.
Portuñol, yeah, it works well, yeah. So that's awesome. Okay, guys. So let's take a look at the article today. Then, well, actually, before I get to the article, guys, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about distributives. Okay, so we looked at demonstratives, right? Distributives. We have a few words in English called distributives. Okay, and these are words that are used when we are talking about maybe individuals in a group. Okay, because think about a large group. We are looking at individuals in that group, right? That is what a distributive uses. So distributives in English, distributives include each, every, either, neither. These words, right? We will focus on these words. So each, distributives, not demonstratives, but distributives would be each, every, either, neither, right? So when we use each in English, we say, for example, each of those people is each of those poor people do not have jobs, right? Each of those poor people do not have jobs. None of them have jobs, but each of them lives on the street, right? So we look at a group, but we're focusing. Oh crap. Okay, one second, Marcelo. Let's see. Oh man, are you getting internet problems? Mushfik, are you getting internet problems? You're not. Okay. My friend doesn't have internet problems, guys. Let me check one second. Can you hear me, Rodrigo?
Yeah, but the internet sometimes has cutting.
It's cutting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see this. Let me refresh my screen, guys. Okay, give me one second. I'm going to refresh my screen.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I think it might be better now, guys. Is it a little bit better now? Same?
Yeah, it's the same. But go
Oh
ahead.
man. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead. No problem. No problem.
Alrighty. Well, these distributives we use when we are talking about individuals in a group, right? Individuals in a group. So each of you will receive $100, right? Everyone in the room will receive $100, right? We're talking about a group, but we're looking at individuals. And also when we use either and neither, right? These two examples, either and neither, we use when we are talking about two things, only two things. So either Marcelo or Rodrigo will go to the beach. Okay? Both of you guys will not. Either one of you guys will go. One of you will go, right? Then if I say neither Marcelo nor Rodrigo will go to the beach, that means neither, right? Neither one will go, none of them will go. So somebody else will go. Maybe I'll go to the beach. But neither you nor Marcelo, or neither Rodrigo nor Marcelo will go to the beach, right? So this is how we talk about two things in a group. Sometimes we use neither when we want to say the negative, and other times we use either when we are saying both of them are possible, right? So both of them are possible, and neither is none of those are possible, and neither of them will go. So it's a little bit different, guys, but I wanted to make sure we understood the difference there. Any questions, guys, on that?
Oh no.
Makes sense. So there you go. Okay. And Marcelo, does it make sense to you as well?
Yeah.
It does. Okay. Let me know if the internet gets bad again, Marcelo. I don't know if it's my side or somebody else or the internet, but we'll see what's going on here. Okay, guys, I think we're okay. Let us take a look at the article. Today we are looking at Norway, these fjords in Norway, right? These beautiful, ice. I don't know how to say really describe them. They're very beautiful ice formations. Formations of ice in their country. They have many. It's a cold country, so they have lots of ice in the northern part of their country, and people visit these different areas because it's a very beautiful place. So it brings in a lot of money for them. Right. So here, let me see 1 second, guys. Here's the article, right? And we see that we have the Huffington Post, so it's the American newspaper. And let's just take a quick look, guys. And any questions you guys have about any of the words, okay, don't hesitate to stop me. Okay?
Okay.
Stop me whenever. Like, hey, Farhan, stop. I need to ask a question about this word. Always do that, right? So these fjords, guys, look at how beautiful this place is. Look at this beautiful fjord here. This is Norway, right? I mean, the blue water, right? Absolutely blue water. We have the green, we have the snow up here in the top, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous area with a ton of beautiful, scenery and place. People come here a lot, right? So here we see so many fjords, right? Fjords, so their fjords are narrow inlets surrounded by steep rocky cliffs, right? So there are these narrow inlets. By inlets in English, we mean a small area that has water, maybe like a lake, a very narrow lake that has very sharp cliffs on either side. So it's a very sharp cliff on this side. Maybe on this side as well, we can't see. There's another sharp cliff, and this inlet is in the middle, right? So you have the snow, you have the sun, you have the blue sky. It's a remarkable collection of scenery, So they're saying they're mostly found in Norway. They're also found in Iceland and in Greenland, right? So we look at these countries and they are at the very top of the world, right, guys? So, I mean, let's see, Norway map. I mean, it is just at the top of the world when we see where these countries are. If you go on Google Maps, literally, I mean, so far north, it's impossible for me to really think about this. I mean, the world is, Norway's all the way up here, and the fjords are maybe in this area of the country, on the western side of Norway. And then if you can zoom out a little bit, Iceland has fjords, right? So Iceland is also very far, and then Greenland is super far north. I mean, look at how big this island is, right? This is actually not relative. Greenland is huge, but it's not this big, right? And it has all of these small areas, on the coast, many, many, many fjords, very far north, very cold. America's here, Brazil's here, so it's extremely northern part of the world. So these are where we see the fjords. And if we jump back, so they're in Norway, Iceland, and Greenland. The contrast between the serene waters and the grass-covered cliffs topped with snow is the epitome of natural beauty, right? So this person writing this really loves this scenery, right? What does serene mean, guys? Have you guys heard of the word serene?
It's clear.
Yeah, serene actually, Rodrigo, it means something a little bit different, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Yeah, serene is a little bit different from clear, but this water is very clear, right?
Okay.
Serene actually means peaceful, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, something that is serene is something that is very peaceful, right? It's not moving. There's no waves. It's very serene.
Serene is like Portuguese. In Brazil, you say sereno.
Sereno, yeah, and also in Espanol we say sereno, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, right?
It's calm water.
Calm waters, yeah, peaceful, calm waters, right? And the grass-covered cliffs. What are cliffs, guys?
It's like a mountain.
Yeah, it's one of these guys, right? So it doesn't have a peak really, but it's a high area. It's like a high mountainside cliff, right?
Okay.
You don't want to fall off of a cliff, right? and they're topped with snow. So you see the snow at the top, right? They're topped with snow. And this person thinks that these fjords are the epitome of natural beauty. What is epitome, guys? Maybe you guys have something like this in Portuguese also. I can look also after that. But
I don't know.
epitome is... Rodrigo, do you know, by any chance?
No, go ahead.
Epitome is like the best example. When we say epitome, something is the epitome. So, for example, you know, chocolate is the epitome of delicious food, right? It's the best example of something, right?
Okay.
Some people really love chocolate. So here she's saying that these fjords are the epitome, the best example of natural beauty, right? So she really loves them. She thinks they're the most beautiful places in the world, right? So here we see another fjord, guys. This one is in, also in Norway, right? What a beautiful scene. What do you guys like about this? Like about this photo?
Epitome is like an example.
Yeah, it's the
A
best
model.
example.
A model.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a model. It's the best example of something. Marcelo,
Okay.
perfect, right? And what do you guys think when you see this photo? What comes to mind? Rodrigo, would you want to spend maybe a few days here?
I think it's good to like, but it's not good to live because
Oh.
I like more a hot weather. Not to I don't like to cloud weather.
Yeah, this place I think might have cloudy weather, right? Or it might be
Yeah,
cold.
cold. Sorry, cold.
It might be cold, yeah. Marcelo, do you like this kind of place? This looks like Brasilia, man. Look at this, the water and the... This is Brasilia.
Yeah, I would like to spend just a few days, you know, not
Just a
to
few
live,
days.
not to live, just to relax, to put your foot up, just for 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
and come back to your routine.
That makes sense. So it's a good vacation destination, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is what we saw before. It's pronounced Sognefjord. Sognefjord. I don't know how to pronounce these Norwegian words, but we saw this one before. This is Aurlandsfjord. I don't know how to pronounce it, but see, this looks pretty normal, right? The water here is not that serene, right? It's just normal water, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't look that beautiful. This picture is not that great. So, what about the next one? Let's see if the next one does anything. Kind of similar, right? I think there are forests like this in many parts of Brazil, maybe also in the Amazonas, maybe not snow, but you know, you guys have large mountains and water, you know. What about this place? Does this look more tropical for you, Rodrigo, maybe?
Yeah, because of the the natural resources and the jungle, but don't to top of the mountain. But it's normal for us.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really gorgeous. It's really beleza, right?
Yeah.
Lots of bella,
Really?
we say in Spanish.
Hi,
I
Rodrigo.
don't know how to say.
Rodrigo.
Portuñol.
Uh,
Lugar formoso, hermoso, hermoso.
really
Yeah, go ahead,
beleza.
guys. Sorry.
Really beleza.
I don't know, guys. I'm speaking Portuguese now,
Yeah.
English and Portuguese.
Uh,
Portuguese. Yeah.
More. What word do you know in Portuguese?
No, I know some bad words. I know some bad words, guys. I don't know good words, I think, unfortunately.
Sorry, bad no.
I saw. Vagabundo.
Yeah, that's...
Vagabundo e
I,
beleza, tudo beleza.
exactly, guys. Você, maybe some você, that's it, nothing else, you know. This one right here, Naero Fjord, whatever. Same kind of idea, right? Looks like a very gorgeous place. Maybe you can take a boat and go in the water, you know, but not in the mountains. It's too far away, or it's too cold up there, right? And this place looks like a tropical place almost, guys. Right? Got nice trees.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there are many places in the United States that look like this also, but here with Norway we see it's a little bit different example. I want to jump to this one. So this, I really like this photo, guys. Right. This is look at the water, guys, here. I mean, unbelievably clear.
Reflect the mountain.
Yeah, reflecting everything, right? Look at the trees. It looks like it's just a mirror, you know?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
it's fantastic.
amazingly beautiful, you know? And
Yeah.
a lot of maybe there are places like this. This one doesn't even say where this is. I have no idea where this is, but okay. Maybe in Norway, same thing. But this one kind of normal, same kind of thing we see before. Bird flying, not a big deal, right? This picture looks really nice too. This is actually in New Zealand, right? I think New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. Brazilians,
Brazil is one of the most beautiful.
yeah, Brazil is one of the most beautiful also, but New Zealand, Australia, right? They're neighbors of Brazil in the southern hemisphere, right?
I'm just kidding. I think every country has its natural beauty.
Yeah.
You know, some places.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Some places maybe are more, like Brazil I think has more because just the environment, there's so many types of environments. And here the water is just really nice also, right? I mean, the clouds and the sun and the water is just gorgeous here also, right? I don't know, guys. Sometimes I feel like I should just travel. This one is another one with the water being reflecting, right? But the water doesn't look as clear as that other photo from a few pictures ago. I think the water here is much more clear.
Yeah.
Right. Something about that. I don't know. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it depends on the deep of the river.
Yeah,
No?
it depends on the depth of the water, actually. Yeah.
The
So
depth,
Marcelo, you want
the depth.
the depth?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Depends on the depth of the water, because if it's more deep, I think the reflection is less, or is it more?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but yeah, I think maybe if it's more deep, the reflection gets worse. I don't know, guys, but we can see some homes here, maybe people, hotels or something like that, right? It looks like a nice city, nice little place. This one we already saw. What about this one, guys? What do you guys think when you see this one? Look at this cliff. Right? Could you imagine climbing this thing, going from the bottom to the top? I mean, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy climb. And here also on this side we see the green grass. So what's interesting for me is Norway is so far north, but it still has grass. You know, like these are so far in the north, but they have grass, they have plants, you know, trees and things like that. So very interesting. And what about this one, guys? What's the first word that comes to mind when you see this, Rodrigo?
Sorry?
I was saying, what's the first word that you think of when you see this picture?
It's calm, a calm place and a relaxed place, and a place that is interesting to know, to visit.
Absolutely. I think all of these places are really good for vacation, right?
Yeah.
You go, you travel, and then you see the situation. And what is this fog, you guys, or are these clouds? What do you guys think? These right here, Marcelo? Is this fog or are these clouds?
I think it's clouds.
Yeah. So really high up, maybe a couple of thousand meters, maybe, right? It's pretty high. Maybe 2,000 meters or something like that. Not sure, but. And then this is also, I think it's a super beautiful picture. You know, the flowers in this northern part of the world, right? Very scenic, very beleza. Let me see these, right? I don't know, guys. I have to say. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I try to speak Portuguese, but I have no I don't know anything yet, guys.
You
Unfortunately.
can say it's bonito lugar, um lugar bonito.
Lugar bonito. Lugar bonito. That makes sense because in Spanish we say un lugar
Beautiful
bonito.
place. Beautiful
Yeah,
place is lugar bonito.
lugar bonito. Okay, awesome, awesome, guys. And I'm becoming preto because there's no light. 1 second, guys. I need to find some light. Uh, it's almost sunset here. Almost sunset. Give me 1 second.
Become preto.
Hold on. Can you get that light, man? Grab that light.
The teacher is funny.
Yes. Okay, good. Oh, now I'm amarillo. Amarillo. Oh, no, good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Normal. Before, without the light, I was preto. Muito preto. Okay, so now.
Aqui,
All right.
here sometimes we say encardido.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like Mexico people.
Oh, okay. Because, for example, here in Spanish, here in California, there are so many people who speak Spanish, right? When we're outside, we say "somos los morenos," we're the brown people, right? I mean, because we have a lot of lighter skinned people, a lot of darker skinned people, but Mexicans and Indians, people from my background, we say we are brown people. You know, we're in the middle, morenos. So in Spanish, we say morenos. Mexican people also say "somos los morenos." And
in the United States, how can we say it?
For people like me with my skin color,
Yeah.
we say, actually, guys, to be honest with you, we say just Asian Americans. You know, it's kind of South Asian Americans is better, because if you think Asian Americans is actually more for people from China and Japan, they are called Asian Americans. South Asian is India and Pakistan and Bangladesh, those countries. Some of us, it depends where you're from. Some people, if they're from the Middle East, then they say just Middle Easterners.
In the United States nowadays, we don't use, for example, black peoples. We use African American peoples like this.
Yeah.
Latino American people like this.
Exactly. They say Hispanic people, Latinos. También dicen los Chicanos for people from Mexico. They say Chicanos.
It's considered more polite.
African Americans is definitely considered more polite. Yeah, absolutely. For the other ones, Latinos and Chicanos is very specific to Mexican Americans, but Latinos or los Hispanohablantes, sometimes we say the Spanish-speaking people, the Hispanic people. You can say both of those, and it makes sense. To speak about ethnicity, you can say Latin American or you can say Hispanic. Yeah, so both of those work. But you know, many African Americans actually say that we should say, you should just call us black people. They don't. Some African Americans don't like the term African American. They say just say black people. You know, so it's a race in the United States is a big issue, guys. You know, it's always causing problems. I think maybe like in Brazil also has a lot of different races. You know, here in the United States, same situation. I mean, when Obama became president, it was a big boost for the minority population. You know, and we have a few Indian governors in the United States. A few of the governors of the states, diputados, are Indian. You know, so Indian American. So it's nice to see a lot of African American politicians also. The country is getting more diverse. You know, a lot of Hispanic, a lot of Latinos also. I mean, I think within the next 20 years we will have a Latino president. I think, yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah.
How long time do you live in the United States?
21 years, 21 years, pretty long time. From when I was a baby, I came here when I was a baby, like 3 years old, something like that. So I've mostly grown up Yeah, I grew up only here actually. So, Saudi Arabia for 3 years, and the rest of the time here. So
Okay.
yeah, but I
Okay.
mean, it'd be interesting to see, Brazil. Anyway, guys, so about the article, real quickly, right? I wanted to ask you guys, are there? So it seems like you guys were saying that the Norway is a good vacation place, but not for living,
Yeah.
right? I think you guys agreed with that, right? So what do Brazilians love in scenery? I mean, what are the best areas in Brazil for scenery? If I want to go, should I come to Minas Gerais? Should I go to Amazonas? Should I go to Recife? I mean, where should I go for scenery in Brazil, guys? What do you guys think?
I believe that depends on your interest. What do
Yeah.
you want to see? There
Uh-huh.
is things for a lot of there is many regions in the Brazil, and it depends on what you want to see. So, sorry.
Hmm. What about, are there any places like these fjords in Brazil that come very close to these? No, I was asking, are there any places that are similar to these fjords that we saw in Norway?
Okay,
Some places with,
okay.
beautiful mountains and cliffs. Do those exist?
Where are you from, dude?
I'm from Minas, Juiz de Fora.
I mean,
Juiz de Fora.
ah,
Yeah. And you?
Brasília.
Brazilian. Farhan, here I believe the south of the country, the
Rio
state
Grande
of
do Sul,
Rio
yeah,
Grande do Sul, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
is the place that close to more close to Norway, but
Uh-huh.
it's not the same thing. But it's the region of more close to Norway.
Yeah.
Florianópolis.
Yeah, yeah,
That town, I think, Marcelo, that town you just said, are there a lot of people from Germany in that town, right?
yeah,
Florianópolis.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the German Brazilians, they live in Rio Grande do Sul, right?
Ah, Rio Grande do Sul.
Yeah. Oh, Rio Grande do Sul. I'm sorry, I keep saying Rio. Rio Grande do Sul. Yeah. Like
Yes, there is a lot of people of the German in Rio Grande do Sul. There's a lot of community.
yeah. You're very European Brazilians, right? Very European.
Yeah,
Um, like their culture is still very European. Yeah. And I heard it's a very wealthy part of Brazil, also a very rich place, Rio Grande do Sul.
yeah. Rio Grande do Sul, the south and the southeast is the most rich place in the country.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
it's
then,
a developed place.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the opposite in the United States. The opposite. The United States, the North is very developed. The South is not very developed. But in Brazil, the North is not developed and the South is developed.
yeah,
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 exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the opposite of the U.S. And in Brazil, the West is just forest, right? Jungle,
yeah,
right? Yeah, Amazonas and like Manaus, those towns, just forest, right? And in the East, you have all the cities are in the East, I think, right? Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking of the map. All the cities are in the East. That's interesting. Um,
Farhan is,
yeah,
is into Brazil, you know.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I started taking a class, guys, on Brazilian geography, Brazilian history. Uh, if you guys know of this website called Udemy, online class. You can take online classes with a professor. Um, there's a guy who teaches Brazilian history and Brazilian culture. His name is, I forget his name, but he teaches at, I think, Vanderbilt University in Tennessee or something like that. I forgot the name, but extremely good professor. He's fluent in Portuguese. He spends 6 months every year in Brazil. He understands everything about Brazil, and he teaches this class. And I am taking his class to learn more about the culture, because Brazil is the future, guys. I believe it. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I,
Do
I
you do you Do you know some? Do you have the opportunity to come to Brazil?
Not yet, not yet. But if I can find a good opportunity, a good job, a good program, I would love to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays we need a lot of people that works with IT, and you work with do you work with IT?
I do, yeah. So a lot
Yeah,
of my skills are IT, project management, web design,
yeah,
things like that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, guys, find me a job, professor. Find me a job. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But of course, no. I love the idea. I love the idea. There are even here in San Francisco, we have a big Brazilian community, and I have not visited that part of the city, but I want to go sometime soon. Maybe next few days, I want to visit them and see if I can practice my Portuguese with them. You know,
Maybe
very basic.
maybe you should come here to see the Carnival, February, the next year, Carnival.
I want to come
Uh,
for the World Cup, guys, Copa Mundial. I have to be for that.
okay.
But I don't know. The tickets are so expensive, guys. Right? It's so expensive to come to Brazil for the Olympics and the and the World Cup, unfortunately. But yeah. Well, Marcelo, any questions about the class that we had today, or the distributives, or the Fjords of Norway, any of that stuff?
No question, Chichi.
Makes sense, Marcelo? Okay, great,
Yeah.
great then. Fantastic, man. Always a pleasure. Siempre un placer.
Prazer, meu.
Awesome. But starting tomorrow, back to the same schedule, Marcelo. Hopefully, you can come to some of those classes.
Just one more question.
Yeah, sure.
If I wanted to ask for someone, what team he likes, for example, que time ele gosta?
What theme he likes?
Yeah, in soccer. Talking about soccer.
Ah, yes.
What team you prefer? You like?
What's your favorite football team?
What's
right?
your? Okay, yeah, I forgot it.
Favorite,
What's
yeah.
your favorite
football team? Or you can also say,
what's your favorite football team?
Or you can also say, for example, what football team do you prefer to watch? Or what football team do you follow? All of them are good, right? What's your favorite? What football team do you follow? Oh, I follow, Micareta, I don't know. I'm thinking of a name, right? What football team do you follow? Yeah, I follow, Real Madrid or Manchester United, right? What football team do you follow? All of these are good examples, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. De nada, Marcelo. I'll see you later, okay?
See you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
There is a question interesting in this situation. Really, Lula don't create the program. This program, the name Bolsa Família, was created by another government, and the government that before the Lula increase and improve this program. The program before the program before is for specific situations, specific families on the country, and Lula see this and see these situations and improve and increase the program for a lot of level. For example, I don't know how many people in the country receive this kind of help, but I believe there's.
We always joke, Marcelo and I, we joke that he is my professor. Well, that's not a joke. He is my professor. But we learn Portuguese and we make jokes. I only know one thing. I know the phrase "tudo beleza," and he said "tudo beleza."
That's it.
Yeah. So it's funny. But yeah, Marcelo, how's life, man? How's life?
Fine, and you?
Good, good. I'm just my internet has been really difficult the last few days, but I think now it's finally stable, so we should have no problems with this class. Yeah, have you guys? How's the? I didn't talk to many Brazilian students recently. I was talking to Rodrigo for the last hour more or less. But how's the weather down there? It's getting much better now, right? Or maybe the spring, the summer weather now. It's much nicer, I think. Can you guys hear me?
Faham?
Yes, yes, yes. Can you guys hear me?
Now I am here.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was.
And Lula, there is a lot of times that Lula tried to become a president of the Brazil. I believe I am 30 years old, and I believe that 20 years Lula has tried to become a president. I believe this. And Lula is a personality in Brazil.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, he is. He's. I'm just looking at one of his examples. No, I was just saw one of his articles, and they are saying that he was one of the most popular presidents in the world when he was president. Yeah, so not just in Brazil, he was extremely popular. Bolsa Familia and Fornecero. Those are the two. Yeah.
Bolsa Familia is the name of the program of the government, but a million of people that receive this help from the government. And but Lula don't create this problem. He's just to improve and increase.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny that people get popular sometimes because of things that they don't do. You know, they still get the credit. But politics is politics, guys. Unfortunately, it's not a fun business. I think it's a dirty business sometimes. Lots of problems. Marcelo, welcome, professor. Tudo beleza, professor?
Como está, professor?
Muito bom, muito bom. Você?
Como foi de viagem, professor?
Fantastic. Legal.
Ué, a gente tá podendo falar em português agora?
Poliglota.
A little bit. Rodrigo, a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. But, yeah. Hey, Rodrigo, welcome back.
Oh, okay.
So
I am alone today.
I don't know. I think there was another person from Brazil, Marcelo. He lives in Brasilia. He might come also to this class, but we'll see. But I don't know. I haven't seen the movie Lula Filho de Brasil. I want to watch it.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I see the last year. It's an interesting movie, but it's for us Brazilians. I know the history of the Lula.